Hello dear students, welcome again to my class. Today I have selected another new chapter for you, that is interrogatives. Okay, now before discussing this chapter, let me tell you something about the different types of sentences. Okay, what are they? They are the statements, the interrogatives, the imperatives, and finally the exclamatories. Now further you see, statements are of two types. The number one, positive sentences, the number two, negative sentences. Similarly, in interrogatives we have also two types. One type begins with WH words, interrogative words, and the second type begins with the helping verbs. Similarly, we have two types of imperatives. One is direct imperative and the second one is indirect imperative. The fourth one is exclamatories. One type begins with what and how, the second type begins with interjections. And all these sentences are called the verbal communications. The words used for communicating, we have two different ways of communication: verbal communication and non-verbal communication. And when we use words to communicate ourselves, to express our feelings, our emotions, our queries, that is called verbal communication. Now our main concern today is to discuss about the interrogatives. Now let me erase this and let us start with the interrogatives. Now, as I have already told you, the interrogatives are of two types. The interrogatives are of two types. Now, two types. What are they? Just I told you, we can have two types of interrogative sentences, and the essence of using interrogatives is to ask for information, and sometimes we also seek confirmation, and sometimes also we express our wonder. Now these are the different functions of interrogative sentences. Now these interrogative sentences can be used for asking for information. Suppose we say who killed Ravan. Now here we are asking for some information. We are inquiring about something. Who was the killer of this Ravan? Now sometimes we also say another type to express our wonder, our surprise, our anxiety, etc. Suppose we say can I reach there in a time? Now sometimes we ask this type of questions to ourselves. My point is, sometimes we do not ask questions for any information, rather we express our wonder, our surprise, our anxiety whether you will be reaching there in time. Similarly, we have also another type of interrogative sentence, that is, suppose I say aren't you hurry? Now aren't you hurry, that means I know your name is Hari, but still then I want to confirm it, and that is why it is said aren't you hurry. Now similarly, sometimes we also use question tags for assertion. Question tags for assertion, for example, let me give you the fourth example, that is example 4. He is a thief. He is a thief, and here I can write isn't he? He is a thief, isn't he? That means when I put this short question, this question tag, I want to confirm my view, my idea, that is he is a thief, and I want you to confirm it. Now these are the different ways for which we use the interrogative sentences, questions, and etc. Now when we are asking questions, definitely some responses will come, some replies will come, and most often the replies, the responses are very short, very brief, and sometimes we also get long responses and full responses. Now responses can be short, can be long. Now interrogatives can have short response and the second one the full response. Okay, one is very brief, very short response. We can expect an answer to our query in the form of yes or no. That will be sufficient, and sometimes we ask questions which cannot be answered in either yes or no form. Now where do we get short responses and where we get full responses? Now let us know which type of questions give us command us a short response and which give us a long response. Now I have told you we can frame questions by using helping verbs, and sometimes we also use the WH words. Mostly we ask questions using WH words, we ask questions using helping verbs. Mostly the questions starting with helping verbs command short responses. Now let me tell you how are these questions framed. Now to form a question, first of all we have to use the helping verb plus the subject plus the remaining part of the verb plus object plus adverb. Now this type of sentence usually commands our short responses. Now for this let me give you an example. Now example of this type. Now suppose I say have you taken your breakfast? Have you taken your breakfast? Now here this is the helping verb and this is the subject and this is the remaining part of the verb and this is your object. Now in this example I have not given you any adverbial expressions. Now this is a question, and for this type of question a person can answer yes or no. That means yes, I have taken my breakfast, or no, I haven't taken my breakfast. Now similarly we can give another example of this type. Example 2, suppose we write did you write the letter yesterday? Did you write the letter yesterday? Now here this is the helping verb, this is the subject, and this is the main verb, and the letter is the object, and yesterday is the adverb of time. Okay. Now from this we can also get short responses. Did you write the letter yesterday? One can answer yes or no. Now come to another type of question where instead of using a helping verb we can use the main verb first and the response will be in the brief way. We can expect the short response. Now which are the verbs where we can use the main verb first? Now usually the be verbs and have, be and have, the modal auxiliaries. The modal auxiliaries, the primary auxiliaries be and do, be and have, they can be used to ask questions. Suppose I say, are you a doctor? You see, are you a doctor? That means the response will come yes or no. Yes and no are the flow sentences. Now, are you a doctor? Here, are is the main verb. You is the subject, and a doctor is the complement. Okay, are you a doctor? This is one type. Here the be verb is used as the main verb, it is not the helping verb. Similarly, we can also give another example. Suppose I say, I have you a pen. Similarly, just like the previous one, the first example, are is the main verb. Here have is also the main verb and it is used to ask a question, and here have is used in the sense of possession. Now for questions beginning with helping verbs and the main verbs are the beginning, we can command short responses. Similarly, come to the second type of interrogatives where we use the WH word, and using the WH word can have of two types. It can be of two types. Now interrogatives using a WH word. Okay, we can have two types of interrogatives which command full responses. Number one, using WH words. That means we have also two types. Example one, using WH word. Suppose I ask you, who broke this window? Who broke this window? Now here this is the WH word, interrogative pronoun, and here the main verb broke, and here the window is the object. And because it is a question, we cannot write who anywhere else. Sometimes the WH words can be used as relative words. In that case, the relative words, the WH words can be used in the middle of two sentences, joining together two sentences. Now, who broke this window? Here you see the structure is WH word plus main verb plus object or complement. Now sometimes instead of using the object, we also use complements. It depends on the nature of the verb used. Suppose the verb is transitive, we have to use the object, and if the verb is intransitive or if it is a verb of incomplete predication, then we have to use a complement. Now let me give you another example where we have to use a complement. Example 2. Suppose I write what are you, or who is there. Now you see, here are two verbs, are and is. They belong to the be verb category, and be, become, seem, appear. These are called the verbs of incomplete predication. Now when we are using the verbs of incomplete predication, that means we need some complements. Now what are you? And here you is the complement. Similarly, who is there? There is also a complement, and this is the pronoun, and this is the adverb. Now this is how we can also make a questions using WH words. Instead of using a helping verb, we use the main verbs. Now come to the second type of WH word questions, where we have to follow a different structure. A different structure means, first of all, we have to use the WH word plus helping verb plus subject plus main verb plus object plus adverb and question. Now this type of question is mostly used, and just like the first one, this question is also asked for complete response, full response. Now let me give an example of this type. Suppose I write where did you find my pen? Where did you find my pen? Here you mark, this is the WH word, and this WH word is an interrogative adverb place, and here the helping verb, did past simple, you is the subject, find is the main verb, and my pen is the object. Okay, now here WH word, this is the WH word, this is the helping verb, this is the subject, and this is the main verb, and this is the object, and here I have not given any adverb. Okay, now let us see another example. Example number 2. Suppose I write how did you pass the HSC exam last year? Okay, now you see the position of different words in this question. This is the WH word, and this is the helping verb, this is the subject, this is the main verb, and this is the object, and this is the adverb of time. Okay, now these are the different ways we frame questions. Sometimes we seek for short responses, and sometimes we seek for the full or long responses. Suppose I ask you this question, how did you pass the SSC examination? How is the adverb manner? And you have to explain me the manner of passing. You can answer me, I passed the SSC examination last year adopting malpractice. I passed the SSC examination by dint of hard work. You can give me full answer. You can say, yes, I passed, no, I did not pass. That is not the point. When I am asking you how or why or where or when, you have to give me a full response. Now this is enough for you. Now I think you can very well understand how to frame questions and what are the essences of reading this interrogative sentence. Now thank you very much for watching this episode, this lecture, and if you like it, please like and subscribe, which will be an encouragement for me to proceed on and on. Thank you all.